The best part of this is trying to figure out what microphone setting works for him and me. This is great. Thank you guys so much for being here, and thank you for being patient with us as we rehearse for just a second. They sound awesome. Isn't that crazy? I love 6th grade band because of that reason. I said this in the fall when they brought home that instrument and they started squeaking and squawking, and you were like, how much was that? And how do we return it? And they've come so far, and it's amazing to see the growth. So thank you guys for all the support that you've given them to help make that happen. We have had a lot of students do some really cool things this year, and I want to take a second and recognize them. We had our Solo and Ensemble Festival a couple of weeks ago, where students were playing in small groups, or they had a solo that they played with a piano accompaniment. And every single one of our students, 6 through 8, received either an excellent rating or a superior rating. And those are the two highest that you can get when you do something like that. So if you participated in Solo and Ensemble, can you stand up and let us recognize you guys? I think everybody knows this. I was kind of laughing when Mr. Dickerson was talking about how this is the largest band in history. I'm like, yeah, this is why we need 2 schools. So Legacy Knoll next year, if you don't know, Mr. Dickerson is going to be the band director at Legacy Knoll. And yes. And I will be staying here at West Jackson. We wanted to let you guys know, next year, when these students are in 7th grade, we'll be traveling together. We're going to take a trip to Universal Studios, and that'll be a Legacy Knoll and West Jackson trip, because we want these guys to be able to stay with their friends and have those experiences together. My goal is before the year is over to send home that information with you so that you can make them go mow lawns and babysit and make some money to help you cover some of the cost for that. So that'll be coming out soon. There is a band picnic on the calendar for this Thursday. We are going to do that. I'm figuring out the logistics of that. It'll be after school, and I will send a message first thing tomorrow morning about the band picnic on Thursday. It's only until about 5:30, so it's not too long, but I will send a message about that. Our county has been amazing, and if you guys do anything for the band program, one thing that I'll ask of you is to just send Dr. Brown an email and tell him thank you, because the way that they have provided us with instruments for Legacy Knoll and for West Jackson Middle School, they're not forgetting about us. We're getting lots of new equipment that is going to last a really, really long time, and our county has been incredibly supportive. So if you know somebody that is involved with the county office, or if you just want to send a quick email, they have really been fantastic. Okay, I'm going to let Mr. D take over for a second, and he's going to acknowledge some students who are going to receive a couple of awards, and then we will perform our next piece after that.
All right, so tonight we get to talk about some awesome things that some of our students have done this year, and we get to recognize those people. So students, if we call one of your names, if we call your name, if you will stand in your spot and kind of try your best to make your way up toward the front of your row and just stay on the end of your row. And we'll bring your award to you. I think that's probably the best way to do that. So this year, we have a band method book that we use. It's called Essential Elements for Band. It's a little gold book. Every one of our students has one of those books, and it's really great for students to get a little tidbit of each kind of technique that they learn on their instrument based on these little short musical lines. And we had some students that passed off 50 book lines, thus finishing their books. And we're going to recognize those students tonight as part of what we call our Fabulous 50s Club. So these students are Mason Najuna,
It's Shaguna!
Shaguna, my fault. I've been practicing that for weeks. He's getting on me about it. All right, we have Ryder Invalson. The one, the only, Kaz Weldon in the back there. Raise your hand, Kaz. Good luck, Miss Griffith. Nice job, buddy. And our final member of our 6th grade Fabulous 50s Club at this point, we have some students that are really close that might join before the end of the year. But that is Michael Billings. Oh, yeah. Nice job, buddy. We started something new this year. The Georgia Music Educators Association, which is basically a group that takes care of all of our music students in the state of Georgia, and they help us define curriculum designs, and they host a conference every year. We had some students in this group that learned the 4 major scales in the pattern that the Georgia Music Educators Association requires for 7th and 8th grade students to go off to audition for the Georgia District Honor Band up here in District 14, as well as the Georgia All-State Band. So we had an idea to challenge those students to pass off or play those 4 scales memorized in a certain pattern for us to receive both an award tonight and also a Chick-fil-A breakfast upcoming soon, and they're pretty excited about that. Yeah. So we had a lot of students that did this. So if these students will just stay standing, Ms. Griffin's going to do her best to make it to all of you. So without further ado, our scale challenge winners or completers are Kaz Weldon, Joel Deuce, Michael Lancaster, Jax Weldon, Ethan Dawn, there you go. Matteo D'Arienzo, I've been working on this one and I'm going to butcher it. Vanessa Koliadic. How'd I do, Vanessa? It's good? Awesome. Okay, all right. We've got Hayden Getzman, Sophia Soto, Everett DeYoung, Mason Jaguna, a perfect last name for this, Jackson Scales, Ryder Ingvaldsen, Michael Billings, Lindsay Smith, Rylan Burke, Isom Williams, Morgan LeMay, Alexis McCoy, Mason Bullock, Colin Reed, Ivan Johnson, and our newest member, Connor Williams. And I believe that's all of our Scale Master Challenge winners. So if you guys could stand up one more time and be recognized. Scale Master Challenge. All right. We're going to move on to our next piece of music. This is one of my favorite tunes that we do with our beginning band level of students. And this piece is about caves and caverns and the amazing things that you see under the ground and all of that. So this piece is called Kango Caves.
All right, the last thing we're going to do before our last piece is hand out some surprise awards. None of the students know about these. These are awards that we give out every year at the concert, just to recognize some individuals who have maybe gone above and beyond what we have asked of them all year. So we have 3 categories right now that we're going to be awarding. The first one is going to be our outstanding brass. They'll have outstanding woodwind and outstanding percussion, because those are the 3 families that we have. When I was thinking about what defines an outstanding member, obviously their ability to play, their musicianship is important to us, to be an outstanding musician, but also outstanding in their involvement, doing the extra things, doing the solo and ensemble things, their leadership in class, helping the people around them, their kindness, all things that are very important to us, and willingness to just serve us and serve the band and serve their peers whenever needed, just those people that are above and beyond the call of duty. So for our outstanding brass, we have Mr. Mason Jaguna. Mr. Will Marquis. Mr. Ethan Dong. Mr. Bryson Roper. Mr. Kai Bowser. And Miss Hazel Dalton. Our next category is for our outstanding percussion. I'm going to let Mr. D catch his breath. Okay, first up for outstanding percussion, we have Mr. Joel Deuce. Mr. Matteo D'Arienzo. And Miss Lindsay Smith. Our outstanding woodwinds, we have Mr. Everett DeYoung. Miss Camila Lopez. Miss Landry Green. Mr. Ryder Ingleton. And Miss Sophia Soto. And one more round of applause for all of our outstanding members. They're all outstanding. Okay, the next group of awards might be my favorite in every grade level. I love this grouping of awards so much. This is the most improved category, and especially in band, I just love those kids that have the grit and determination, and maybe they start great and get even better, or maybe they have a struggle getting started, but then by the end of the year, they're absolutely awesome because they just never give up, and I love that about them. So our most improved 6th grade band members, Mr. Ivan Johnson. Mr. Hunter Harper. And Miss Evelyn Cannon. Before we introduce our last award and then perform our last piece, I just want to say again, just a word of personal thanks for all the support that you've given your kids in band this year. I told them today, I truly think that sixth grade year is the hardest year of band. There's a lot of work and not necessarily always a lot of reward. That tends to come later, but they are killing it. They are doing so well, and I just appreciate you guys giving them the space to practice, the rides back and forth, and the financial commitment that I know it takes to get them here. It's a really worthwhile investment. I encourage you guys to try to get them involved over the summer. There's plenty of summer camps for them to play. If they want to go spend the night at a camp, they can, or they can just do a day camp locally. And then keep them in band, because we are doing some really fun things next year, and it just gets better in high school and in college, and it's an awesome thing to be a part of. Okay, so our final award, this is our sixth grade band member of the year. This award just goes to that student that is sort of always on it, and they're on it with their playing ability, and they're on it with their leadership within their sections. Just really kind-hearted people, and just overall good nuggets. So our sixth grade band member of the year is Mr. Ryder Ingleton. Okay, and we have one more piece for you. It's called Dragon Slayer. I think this might be their favorite. Probably is. And if you guys would help me welcome Mr. Dickerson to the stage, he's going to conduct this last piece, Dragon Slayer. Thank you guys so much.